Hi, I'm Doug Young. I'm a contributing editor with Acoustic Guitar, and I'm here today to demonstrate the examples in Acoustic Guitar's 20th anniversary lesson on Michael Hedges. Hedges sent a shockwave through the acoustic guitar community in the 1980s, first with the release of Breakfast in the Fields and then Aerial Boundaries. There was just an array of unconventional sounds, new textures, new techniques that redefined what we could do with an acoustic guitar. A lot of the techniques that Hedges pioneered on those recordings, from two-handed tapping, slap harmonics, string damping, percussive effects, and the creative use of alternate tunings, have since really become a core part of the vocabulary of modern fingerstyle guitar players. An important part of Hedges' sound was alternate tunings, often quite exotic. For these examples, we're going to use a relatively simple alternate tuning, D-A-D, G-B-D, also called double drop D. Hedges used this on at least one tune, but often his tunings were much more exotic. So the notes for this tuning are D, A, D, G, B, and D. Same as standard, except the top and bottom strings have been dropped by one step. Example 1 shows a number of Hedges techniques. The first technique is to simply hammer on and pull off with your left hand only, with your fretting hand only. The example starts by putting your hand in position and pulling off without picking the string, and then hammering back on and repeating. With the left hand, there are a number of chords. Starting in measure 2, there's a chord that's played by hammering on the bass, the three bottom bass strings, with your picking hand. You can put your thumb over the back of the neck like this and use it to support yourself and just go. And then there's a second chord. And then the third chord is done by pulling off from this position. The final technique that's used in these examples is slap harmonic. Slap harmonic, I'm simply going to hit the guitar at the point of a harmonic on the guitar. 12th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret, those all work well. So I'm going to sharply slap it. I'm using mostly aiming for my middle finger. Let's put this together. Example 1. Example 2 shows another clever technique that Hedges used to get an unusual sound. This is based around the idea of a harmonic. You know that you can play a harmonic at the 7th fret by laying your finger lightly across the frets and playing here. You may not have realized you could also play here. So Hedges used that fact to create an unusual effect. The fretting hand on this example simply plays a series of hammer-ons and pull-offs. But look what happens if we lay our finger lightly across that 7th fret harmonic spot while we play that. Example 3 demonstrates a technique that is perhaps the most subtle and also the most difficult of Hedges' techniques, and this is string damping. Hedges strongly believed that you needed to control the duration of notes, not only when the notes began, but when they cut off. And to do that, he developed a very sophisticated ability to damp strings whenever he wanted to. So example 3 gives us a way to just get started and demonstrate the effect and practice a little bit. Let's put our first finger on the 3rd string and our second finger on the 2nd string. And as you pick the 2nd string, put your finger back down on the 3rd string to stop it, like this. You'll want to be able to do that with other fingers too, 2nd and 3rd, or all 3. Let me play example 4 without any string damping, so you see what the problem was that Hedges was trying to solve. Example 4. So if you listen, especially there at the tail, there's a lot of overtones and so on that are a bit clashing. So let's do the damping version. Let's do that very slowly. You can get the sheet music for all these examples and also read my full article about Michael Hedges either online at acousticguitar.com or in the February 2010 issue of Acoustic Guitar. For Acoustic Guitar, I'm Doug Young.